Welcome to the e-learning channel of Balurghat Mohila Mahavidyalaya. Today our subject matter is Physiology of Muscle Contraction. It is included in second year Zoology Honours, 6th paper, Unit 1. To understand the mechanism of muscle contraction, you have to know the structure and types of muscle. Muscle contraction is triggered when an action potential travels along a nerve fiber to the muscle, and it begins when the nervous system generates a signal. There are three types of muscles, that is skeletal muscle, cardiac muscle and smooth muscle. The skeletal muscle is voluntary in nature and it is striated in appearance. The cardiac muscle is associated with the wall of heart and it is also striated in appearance and involuntary in nature. And smooth muscle, it is associated with hollow visceral organs and it is spindle shaped and involuntary in nature. So there are three types of muscles, and a skeletal muscle is typically composed of several myofibrils, which is made up of thick and thin filaments, that is myosin and actin filaments respectively. An individual skeletal muscle is generally composed of hundreds or even thousands of muscle fiber which are bundled in a connective tissue covering. A sarcomere is the complicated unit of striated muscle tissue. It is the repeating unit between two Z lines. The Z lines are the anchoring point of actin filaments, that is thin filament. The A band is composed of both thick and thin filaments, whereas the I band is composed of only thin filaments. The A band is actually the length of a thick filament. So there is a picture of sarcomere which I'll show you later, and the mechanism of muscle contraction is illustrated by sliding filament theory, which predicts that the filaments, that is the actin and myosin filaments, slide against each other when the muscle is about to contract. And upon depolarization, calcium ion binds to troponin, which transmit information via structural changes throughout the actin and tropomyosin filaments. The troponin and tropomyosins are the other two proteins, regulatory proteins of muscle contraction, and actin and myosin are the contractile proteins of muscle contraction. So, according to the sliding filament theory, the actin and myosin filaments slide across each other and promotes muscle contraction. As I have said earlier, there are three types of muscle, cardiac, smooth and skeletal muscle. Cardiac muscle cells are located in the wall of heart, appear striated and are under involuntary control. You can see here the cardiac muscle has striated branched, occurs in wall of heart, it is involuntary. The smooth muscle fiber are located in walls of hollow visceral organs, except the heart, appear spindle shaped and also are under involuntary control. We can see here the smooth muscle are non-striated, occurs in the walls of internal organs, and lastly skeletal muscle which are attached to the skeleton. They are striated in appearance and are under voluntary control. They are tubular, multinucleated fibers and they are usually attached to skeleton. This is skeletal muscle. So there are some functional characteristics of muscles, that is excitability, conductivity, contractility, extensibility and elasticity. The ability to receive and respond to stimuli is called excitability. The ability to receive a stimulus and transmit a wave of excitation, that is electrochemical activity, is called conductivity. The ability to shorten forcibly when stimulated, that is contractility. The ability to be stretched or extended, that is extensibility. The ability to bounce back to the original length, that is elasticity. This is the architecture of muscle. You can see they are in a connective tissue covering. These are the bundle of fibers and muscle cell fibers, which are comprised of myofibril, that is mainly the myosin filament and actin filament. We will see the picture in details later. The actin filament is indicated by this red arrow and the myosin filament is also indicated by another red arrow. So this is the structure of a sarcomere, that is complicated unit of striated muscle tissue. It is the repeating unit between two Z lines. This is a Z line and this is a Z line. So between two Z line, the structure is called sarcomere, and this is the A band, which is actually the length of thick filament, and the thin filaments are here. In electron micrograph, the Z line appears as a series of dark lines. They are anchoring point of actin filament, that is the thin filament. Surrounding the Z line is the region of I band. It is the zone of thin filament, that is not superimposed by thick filament. This is not superimposed by thick filament. A band contains the entire length of a single thick filament. It contains both the thick filament and thin filament. This is the A band. Muscle contraction begins when the nervous system generates a signal. The signal, an impulse called an action potential, travels through a type of nerve cell that is called motor neuron. The neuromuscular junction is the place where the motor neuron reaches a muscle cell. Skeletal muscle is composed of repeating structure of myosin and actin that we have discussed earlier. Each myosin thick filament is surrounded by actin thin filament, and each thin filament is surrounded by thick filament. Several of these filaments make up the functional portion of a muscle cell. When a muscle in our body contracts, it is understood that the way this happens follows the sliding filament theory. This is the sliding filament theory, by which you can understand the mechanism of muscle contraction. This theory actually predicts that a muscle contracts when filaments are allowed to slide against each other. This interaction then is able to yield contractile force. You can see here the actin filament. There are ATP binding sites and ATP which is bound. The myosin tail, actin binding site of myosin head. This is the thick filament, and troponin is attached to the thin filament, and there is a conversion of ATP to ADP plus phosphate. Myosin is a motor protein, actin is a spherical protein. Troponin and tropomyosins are regulatory proteins. On binding calcium, troponin transmits information via structural changes throughout the actin and tropomyosin filaments and promote muscle contraction. These steps help you to clear your conception. The resting fiber cross bridge is not attached to actin, that is, myosin head and thin filament are not attached to each other. Then cross bridge binds to actin, that is, the myosin head which is bound to actin. Phosphate is released, causing conformational change in myosin, so that a power stroke causes filaments to slide and ADP is released. After that, a new ATP binds to myosin head, allowing it to release from actin. When the myosin head is bound to ATP, it is released from the actin filament. ATP is hydrolyzed, causing cross bridge to return its original orientation. Here the cycle repeats. So here is the flow chart, that is resting state. Motor nerve action potential arrives at motor end plate. Acetylcholine released. Sarcolemma, that is the membrane of muscle fiber, and other membranes depolarized, so that action potential generated. Action potential transmitted via tubules to sarcoplasmic reticulum. Calcium ion released from sarcoplasmic reticulum terminal cisternae into sarcoplasm. Calcium bound by troponin. So This is the muscle contraction flow chart, and after that the binding of calcium to troponin transmits information via structural changes throughout the actin tropomyosin filaments and promote muscle contraction. There are some physical changes during muscle contraction, that is heat production, electricity generation, volume changes, change in optical properties, sound production, etc. Liberation of heat is always associated with muscle contraction. Small amount of electrical energy is released. Negligible changes in volume occur. Changes in the birefringence and transparency occur at the muscle fiber. Muscle sound noted during contraction. Hope you all understand the whole process, the mechanism of muscle contraction.